Good day. I thank God for a wonderful day. I thank God for every single thing that He has done in our lives. God has been faithful, not only to me, but to you and to every other person on this platform. Welcome to the Case Consulting and Training Platform. Here we edify ourselves, especially with so many challenges surrounding relationships, marriage, and addiction, which most often is born from the lack of love. My name is Jude Emmanuel Kyokumatita. Yesterday was Sunday. We all went to church. We all thank God. Those from different denominations that go to church on Saturdays, or Muslims, or those who don't go to church, they all recognize one fact, that there is God. There's a supreme being. So we are all united in one purpose. And that purpose is we all know that there is God. There is a power above all. When God created man, and from man He created a woman, the most important thing was that He created a woman for companionship. Companionship, camaraderie, friendship. Because the Bible recounts that the man was lonely. So God wanted to do something different, to occupy the man. So He created somebody that a man can communicate with. Which brings me to the topic of my discussion today. The topic of my discussion today. Words, our tongue. The words we say, how it affects our relationship. We are all guilty of that. But some do it unconsciously, some conscious. Irrespective of how you do it, you cannot change something which is not true and make it feel as if it's right. For the Bible tells us that the truth will set us free. What did the Bible say about our tongue? The Bible said in Proverbs 18 verse 21, He makes something very clear. He says, the tongue can bring death or life. And that if you love to talk, you will do what? You will reap the consequences. You will reap the consequences. If you love to talk, you will reap the consequences. Consequence might be good, might be bad, but there is something that you will reap. The aftermath of talking. Now, the Bible also went further. In the book of Matthew 12 verse 36. And it says that in the day of judgment, that you will have to give an account of every careless word that you say. that on the day of judgment, you have to give an account of every careless word that you say. Now, those who are Christians will understand. I believe the Quran has something like this. I might not know where to quote in the Quran, but those who are versed with it can attest to that. Those who do not believe, who are not Christians, who are not believers, will also attest to the fact that those who talk too much, they always end up in problems. So you see, our tongue has a lot to do with us. That is why I went back to when man and woman, when God created that union. Because that creator union was born out of loneliness, which means a woman is a vessel to accompany the man to talk. When the word also said that a man will leave his father and mother's house and get himself a wife, the Bible makes us to understand that the man had to abandon the family, abandon the friends, abandon everybody and get himself a wife. It means they are two. They become one flesh. There was nobody around. It means marriage also involves the couples. Which therefore means when a third party comes, there's bound to be problems. That is why when the serpent came, which was a third party, and met Eve in the Garden of Eden, problem came. The Bible also made us to understand that when God created man and woman, they were not ashamed of themselves. But when the third party came and sin came to the picture, they became ashamed. The Bible also made us to understand that Eve convinced the husband, Adam, to eat that fruit. Communication, which can be good, can also be bad. Now I'm talking about the power of the tongue. And the Bible told us, as we just heard, that anything comes in your tongue, you will reap. And he also said, there are consequences of the foolish things that we say. Now, how does this affect our marriage? In some of the videos that I've made, I made us to understand that women are attracted to what they hear. To what they hear. That is why Eve was easily deceived by the serpent. Women are attracted to what they hear. And the strength of a woman lies in her ability to talk. Because women are emotional beings. They express their emotions. And one of such ways of expressing your emotion is to talk, to vent out what is within you. Now, that is one thing. Most men will attest to the fact that women, they talk, especially when they are angry, especially when they are upset about something. They talk. Now, the problem is the things that they say. Talking is not an issue. You can talk, but what you say matters. It matters a lot. Now, I want us to get this. Most of the things that women will say, if you repeat those things back to them, or you say those things to them, they will never forget. You see, you can hit somebody It's painful. But after a couple of hours, the pain has gone. The pain subsides. The person feels nothing anymore. The person is good to go. But with words, they stay. They don't go. You can't take them back. It can stay with you for 50 years. 50. But it is that same word that women use every day. A woman might tell you that you are a useless man to get you annoyed. But if you tell that woman that you are a useless woman, it will stick in her head for centuries. Why? Because they put meaning into stuffs. Why? Because they are emotional. Men, please, we need to understand these things and we need to know these things. Many times the things that women say, they don't actually mean them. Sometimes they say those things because they want to get your attention. They go to extreme to make sure you talk. Look very well. Don't bother with the things that they say. For them to repeat something doesn't mean they still hold it at heart. They brought it up at a particular point to make you upset. Because there's one thing that a woman does, which most men don't understand and will fall into that trap. It took me a very long while to understand this. When a woman is annoyed, the only thing that woman will do or that woman wants is to make sure the partner feels the same. The pressure that she's on, she'll make sure the woman has that same pressure. That is who women are. And how do you think they can achieve that? When they know you are thick-skinned, most men are. Those things don't bother us. Sometimes you just wave the thing and pass. You make as if they don't even exist. Because they are talking too much, you open your door and you go. And you wait, after some time you come, you know that everything has subsided. That's our strategy. The strategy that most of us use. But women too do understand these things. But they want your attention. Or they want you to feel hurt. So what do they do? Now, I want men to pay attention. Some ladies will kill for this information. But we are talking about building our homes. And if nothing, we need to understand each other. The Bible says, can two work together without an agreement? So to agree, you must understand. There must be understanding. And it is one part that I want us to have an understanding. So be attentive. I'll give an example. If you are a man that always likes to take care of the family, you make sure your woman has everything. Your children, they have everything. You can die for your family. You do everything to make them comfortable. You provide for the home. When you have, you don't hold anything back. Your woman knows that that is your strength. Your woman knows that this is my man. You don't joke when it concerns me or my children. No, you don't play with him when it concerns that. The day you have a misunderstanding, do you know what that woman will do? That woman will look at you direct into your eyes and will tell you that you are a useless man. That you've never taken care of them. That you see this family, you've not done anything. She will tell you that even one single dress you've never bought for her. Their children that you've not done, and even their school fees, she's the one paying everything. That you are useless, you can't do anything. Remember, that woman understands that you are the one doing every single thing. She knows. But she wants you to get upset. What a better way to do it than to attack your strength? What a better way to do it than to attack your strength? When she attacks your strength, you become vulnerable. Because at that time, you want to prove yourself. At that particular moment, you say, what? Instantly, you get upset. Me, that I provide everything for this house, that I do everything, I stand in front of me and you say that. Now, you got very bitter and upset and you start saying that you are an ungrateful woman. It is now I know that I've even gotten married to a devil. Now, look at you. It's today I know that I got married to a devil because I cannot understand this. How can you tell me this? Now, what has the lady done? She has achieved her aim. Her aim was to make you annoyed. Her aim was to make you feel a particular pain because she's passing through a particular pain and she wants you to have that pain, a feel of that pain. Now she has achieved what she wanted to do. Women do not know about the consequence of the things that they say because what they say is now they are emotionally driven. They just say it. They do not try to reason to see what will happen tomorrow. Now, if you are a man that don't understand what I'm talking now, what will you do? From that moment, you will know that you have an ungrateful wife. You will change your character towards her. If you are providing, you will decide that I will not even provide anything because I have tried. This woman will go. Now, what she meant just to hurt you a little bit, it has turned out to a family squabble, a serious marital problem because of what she said. Remember, you also were annoyed and you said something. You said, an ungrateful woman. She heard that word. It stuck into her brain. It was out of frustration that you also used a word like that. The next day, she has achieved her aim. You are angry. According to her, fine, let her be angry too. She thinks I can be the wife suffering. She has to suffer too. The problem will not be that moment. She has what she wanted. But that her moment of anger was something that is short-lived. It could be for 1 day, it could be for 2 days. But after that period, she needs attention. Because she did what she did to the husband, can the husband give her attention? No. No attention. The husband will run away from her. The husband will not even be around her anymore. He will not even listen to her because he's angry and his mind will be there. Wow, every single thing that I've worked for is nonsense. I got married to an ungrateful woman. That would be what was on her mind, in his mind. Now, at the time when the woman needs you, the woman has forgotten the things that she said. She does not even remember whether she said those things. But problem has come. Serious marital issue has come. You start moving from one place to another to solve this problem. Sometimes, especially Africans, you call our friends, go to your family, and you start exposing things that you're not supposed to expose. You bring people into a relationship, just like I said, when you are not supposed to bring. The third party comes. It comes with different understanding. Because they did not understand the dynamics. They only heard what you said. They will ask the woman, did you say this thing? Yes, I did. But I never meant what I said. And how can you prove that? How can the woman prove to you that she did not mean those things? It's hard for you to understand at that particular point in time. It's hard. There's problems. What I'm telling you today, many marriages have gone sour because of this. I've had a lot of them, and it's because of something that the woman never meant. She said something, but she never meant that thing. She just used it for a moment. She used it for a moment, became a major issue that led to separation. Men, please don't fall for this. Don't bother what they say, those things. Just remember that it is this same woman that you buy gifts and bring. You provide for the children. This woman has always told you how a good husband that you are. Remember the good times, the things that she said to you. Remember that. Even if she tells you that you are useless. Daddy, I know I'm useless now. Yes, mommy. I'll still buy my stuff and give it to you. I know I'm useless. Don't take it seriously. Please. Please. For what they say, they'll always regret it. Women always say, because they are so emotional, they say things before they reason afterwards. They never meant those things. So I want us to understand, to build their relationship better, you need to have this understanding. And you have to let go. Men, the Bible says that you are the head of the family. It does not mean that you are superior. But it's a functional thing. It means you are the leader. When you are the leader, you take decisions. You take decisions. You have to compromise. Because you lead different people in an office, you have so many people with different ideas. But you have to talk to each and every one of them. You have to come to a compromise in order to lead them. You are a leader of your household. Leaders don't flare up. They listen. You need to be a listener. You don't need to react as a woman reacts. They are emotionally driven. They were created like that. Remember, you were lonely when they came. They had to entertain you. But if you, a man, you refuse to talk with your woman, I bet you that woman will look for somebody outside to talk to. Because they were created to talk. They will look for another person to talk to. And that will be the serpent that they will bring in the house. Sometimes it's so boring that they want to tell you things that you don't even want to hear. They want to tell you a particular dress or their friend did this one, that. But that you are not interested in those things. But as a husband, you need to listen to those things. You are not interested, but you need to hear. That is what you are meant to be. You are a leader. You lead by example. You have to listen. It is the cross that you have to pay. When the Bible tells you that you have to live a life and love the woman as Jesus did. Jesus died on the cross. Despite all the things that we did for him, he died to save us. The woman in that particular scripture represents the church. So no matter what the woman does, you have to find a way to forgive that woman. And what a better way to forgive somebody is to look at the good things that that person has brought in your life. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. You obtain favor from God. Everything has a package. They did not tell you that it will be roses. No. There are bound to be conflicts because you come from different backgrounds. You have different understanding. You're raised up different. There's bound to be tension, but how you handle it matters. When the Bible is telling us about our tongue, it's because sometimes we say things that we don't know. Those things has effect. Even our children, we insult them, call their names, foolish thing, idiot. You see, those things, when the child grows up, you find that person becoming a fool. You don't know what happened, but you were the one that you were saying that you are a fool, you are stupid. We need to say positive things to one another. It doesn't matter how. The situation, we need to be positive in life. Positivity matter. Lift another person's up by saying positive things to them. But the most important thing that I want you to get from that example, don't take things too serious when it comes to your wife for the things that they say. If you want to get that, you mislead you. Now, I'll give you an example. I had one pa that was so fun of being with. He was an elderly man. I have grown to know him for years from when I was born. I saw him and the wife, they are my role models. I never saw them quarrel for one day. Until I was about 25 years old or 26 thereabout. One day I came and the woman was insulting the husband. They were old. Insulting the husband. Leave this place, go and meet that your woman that you had. Go and meet that your woman. Go and meet that your woman, Bukwango. Why are you disturbing my peace? Useless man. Go and meet that woman, Bukwango. Useless man. I stood, I looked at it, and I was confused. What is happening here? Now, that part looked at me. He laughed. When the woman was saying those things, he was laughing. He just laughed and he left. He did not react. The woman was insulting him. He did not react. He just laughed and left. So he called me. He said, "I come and sit." He said, "Have you seen your mother?" I said, "Yes." "But what is happening? I've never seen her this way." She said, "Let me tell you something. And I want us to learn from this." He said, "Do you remember that my son, the one in Douala?" I said, "Yes, I know him very well." He said, "How old?" He's about getting to 50 now. I said, "Yeah, yes, he's a big man." I said, "Yes." Now, I got a lady in Bukwango pregnant. That's 50 years thereabout ago. And he is the offspring of that lady. You see, what she is saying today is what happened 50 years ago. 50. Because she's upset with something, she has decided to insult me of something that happened 50 years ago. But you see the way she spoke, it was as if it is happening now. But it is something that happened 50 years ago. He said, "My son, I want you to learn. Women don't forget. They don't forget. And when they are annoyed, they will bring back things years back that you don't even understand, that you don't even know that exists. Things that has nothing to do with you, but they will bring it on top of the table. And at that time, you believe it's very fresh." That is what happened. I said, "But how can this be possible?" He said, "You just saw it. You just saw it." You see, he made me at that particular point to understand that women are emotional. And they can say things at any moment. If he do not have wisdom to understand the wife, it would have been a different thing. But he laughed and left. And after a few hours, they were talking. He just laughed and left. If he wanted to stand back and say, "Well, why are you saying this thing? This thing happened 50 years ago. How can you say this thing at this particular?" It's tension, and they will have problems You don't know when that problem will end. But you see, it is something that I learned from experience, that I got it from a source that I respect. And I've grown to understand that. I've grown to understand that. Please, I want us to take things easy. Men, you see, the word that he used to the wife, and that he told the wife at that point in time when the wife insulted him, he told the wife that you are ungrateful. Let me tell you something. When problems came, the only thing that wife could remember was that, how can I have a woman who tells me I'm ungrateful? Yeah. And it was big problems. Ungrateful, how? Have I not been praising you, hailing you every single moment? Are you not the one that I tell you every day that you've done this, you've done that, you've done that, but now you call me that I'm ungrateful? It means you have something in your mind against me. You see, the woman turned the table around to the man, because the man also used the word that you are ungrateful. It was not an easy thing. I had to settle that issue by making them to understand that it's the problem of the tongue. Watch what you say. And when I told the man that it is exactly what this woman did, just to make you angry, the woman looked at me, the woman started laughing. I said, why do you laugh? He said, because you spoke exactly what was on my mind. I never meant anything. I just wanted him to be angry. I was just angry. And he was like feeling free. I wanted him to feel the pinch. I don't want him, how can I stay in the house? Then I'm the one suffering. I'm thinking about it, thinking I'm so disturbed. I want him to come towards me and talk to me. But no, he was busy with his business. I was busy thinking something different. I'm there suffering. So I just wanted his attention. That's why I said those things. I never meant anything. He does everything for us. And I respect him so much. I turn and ask the man, have you heard? The man looked at the wife and said, it's only this? He said, yes, darling. Are you not the one doing everything? When have I ever said things like that? Oh, I just wanted you to be part of this thing. I just wanted your attention. It is when I told the woman that be careful with the things you say. Your man has taken it to a different angle. Look, how many months? You people have not been talking to each other now for about 5 months. This is the 6th month that I have to come into this. You have to look for me and talk to me, come to me and for therapy for this. But it is something which is so small and so minute. But look at where it has gotten you, Poto. You people have lost so many things because of this nonsense. And you, the woman, he said you are ungrateful. Has he ever told you ungrateful? Say no, but it means it's something. I said, okay, look at you. You are saying that what he said is so serious. Why don't you don't expect him to also take yours to be serious? The woman looked at me and laughed. I said, it is because of the way he saw those things. What you said, don't you think it was also good for him to tell you that it means you have been ungrateful? If she has been doing all these things and your reaction was that way, don't he have a right to say the thing that he said? The woman said, it's true. See, but I asked him, did you mean that? So, why can I mean something like that? I just said it because I look at the circumstance and analyze the circumstance, and I said, okay, if my woman can say this, it means she's ungrateful. But she has never proved otherwise. She has never been ungrateful. So the thing also is making me feel a type. So at the end, they learned. And when I gave them the example of my grandfather, the woman laughed. I said, why are you laughing? The man said, it's because when we started dating, she discovered that I had an affair. That was even before we got married. But do you know that each time we have an argument, it has been going to about 15 years now, she always brings up that part that I had an affair. So that's why I'm laughing. because in fact, I'm so fed up with that. And when she brings it up every time, I'm so annoyed. But today, I'll never be anymore. Because I know. I said, okay, now you know. I just want us to learn from this. It might be small, but it might help you to solve your crisis at home. Sometimes we say things out of proportion. We say things because we just want attention. We don't mean the things that we say. But when you want to say something, think about yourself. Put yourself in your shoe and that situation before saying it. Words can be misinterpreted. You can say one thing and then interpret it another way. I guess that is why we have so many pastors today and priests. A lot of them, a lot of churches, because of interpretation. We all interpret the word differently. They all make sense, but our interpretation is different, literary appreciation. But marriage is real. You are dealing with a real human being. You are dealing with real feelings. You are dealing with real emotions. You are dealing with somebody you have to deal with for the rest of your life. There must be compromise. You need to compromise. You need to look beyond the things that people say. But we should mark our words. We shall have the consequence of the things that we say. The woman and the man, they had theirs. Thank God it came to an end. They had realization. Maybe you are still there. Please, take this video serious. Watch it many times I want to. And make sense out of it. For God created you and created this union. That people will live amicably. The union is companionship, as we said. It's togetherness. It's oneness. It's understanding. It's compromise. We need to sacrifice for one another. For love is all about sacrifice. Speak good to your partners. Speak good to them. No matter the situation. Be careful with the things you tell your children. Because they can become the things that you accuse or you say to them. You classify them that they are foolish. They might be foolish at the end. Be careful with words. Words. The Bible tells us that words can kill us and can give us life. Words nearly destroyed their relationship, and words have destroyed a lot of relationships. But it can also give you life. It's also words that can make you like I'm talking now. It is words that will console you. It is words that will make you to understand the other side of things. And it will make you a better person. So words are there for good and can also be used for bad. We should be careful with the things we say. Let's have a good day. Let's have a wonderful day. And may God bless us all. Don't forget to subscribe. Share it. Share it. Let's share the love. It is love. Somebody might learn from it. Share it with your friends. I know it's long, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And press the notification button. Many times other things will be coming up. This one is for us. And as I said, I basically base most of my counseling sessions, religious. I'm a Christian counselor. Though I do secular matters, everything, I blend secular and religious issues. Don't be offended if you are not religious. Choose what you can and reject the others. It's not everything that you must listen to me. No. It's not every video that you might like. But there are people that will like some and the others that will don't. You are a fan. And we are moving on this journey together. Let's move with love. God bless us all.